Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning for this Friday morning trading floor. You guys, the market has just opened and it is absolutely astonishing, this market today. We are up a ton with a just a amazing up move to this point. We're going to have to make some adjustments. So we're going to do that now and we're going to take some pressure off the trade to this point just in case the market does decide it's going to jump back up. So we're going to move this call side right here and we're going to move it just about 15 points just to take some pressure off the trade. And so that's going to cost us about 1,500, and we got 3 trades to do it like this. So just in case this market jumps up a ton, and so we're going to, it's not letting us adjust it as the market kind of trying to go back up, as you guys can see, and they're not giving us any type of premium there. Um, wow, it's that pretty impressive how this market is right now. So anyway, we're going to cancel that and we're going to go a little bigger and we're going to go here. That's actually 10 points wide should be sufficient for now just to start this off. So we're going to go with 5 points wide and we're going to try to get filled here, but the market is not giving it to us at this beginning. So let's go with a little higher. You can see that the market makers are not giving up anything at this point. So I'm going to go about 60 cents and see if that'll help. And so that helped there just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is get aggressive on the put side and we're going to have a lot of risk to the downside if this is going to be the case.
O'Brien, if,
Yes, sir.
if our account is smaller, I'm not PDT'd yet, but I'm close. Should I just go ahead and roll out?
Um, if you're close, then yes, roll out and make it. Yeah, roll out if you're pretty close. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we just rolled that up, and where is that? 45. It's just I'm just saying if we lose 50 points, I'm gonna do this now just to see how this will work. Um, it's obviously the market is not giving me very much there, and so I'm gonna get excuse me that cleared, and so I'm trying to get the market to play with me here. And so then I'm gonna help everyone else just in a second, you guys. I need to move these trades really quickly. I have a few others that are there as well that I want to move. And and so I'm just gonna move it 5 points and let's click over here and let's do that. So this is jumping around and just gonna give it a second here. I believe we have 2 contracts here. We're gonna take it to 35 and see if we can get filled. All right. And then we're going to go down here and grab this and we're going to move it up. And these deltas are all wrong at this point. And so we're just going to have to live with it at this time and try to get filled. And then we'll reassess everything here in a second. So you can see that it is moving fast. The market is jumping back up and it's not giving us a chance to get filled at this put side. All right, so there we go there. Then we just got one more that we need to do, and we're going to get a little bit more aggressive on this one. We're going to move this one a little further, and we're going to go like this, and then that's going to be about $200 to do it. And we're just going to try to get filled and then go here to 30 cents here. All right, so that's a move there. And then we're going to go get this last one and we're going to get pretty aggressive on this last one. And we need $200 back. So if we went here, did the did this here, and that's going to give us 100. If we add another contract on the put side, that'll give it to us. And if we go like that, that'll give us the credit. Um, but I don't think those deltas are correct at this point. So I'm going to drop this down to try to get filled. And no love there. I'm going to drop this down to 225 to try to get filled. Man, it's not filling. So there we go. All right. So let's let's let that sit for one quick second. I just want to see something real quick. That was actually for a debit on that side. And then if we go to this here and we just go for today, let me just do it here. Let me just do SPX here. SPX. And that was for a debit as well. And if we go to this here, SPX, that was a debit for as well. So let's let's change this up and let's do this. And all right, so that will take care of the debit on that bigger trade there. And so if we go there now, you'll see that okay, now it's not a debit and we didn't add any additional contracts to the call side here. So anyway, we're gonna let this sit for a second. I do believe the high is 71.47, so that is about 10, 15 points higher. So what is that? 70.98 plus 15. It'll take us to 71.13. And that would be definitely bigger than that would basically be the one standard deviation move of the VIX, that like one sigma 68. It'd be a huge move, right? So, but that's the where the market is going. I think we're going higher. We just have to let this play out a little bit. So what we're going to do is put an alert at 71.10 and or 71.13, and then we're gonna have to live with that at that point and do a bigger adjustment on the call side there. So greater than, and then what does that say? And then we're gonna remove this and we're gonna say less than. It's kind of hard to be able to figure this one out, but I just say less than 65. I don't, when I woke up this morning, we were up 14 points, you guys, and that was at 5 o'clock. And we just continued to kind of just significantly go up. So anyway, that is the trade there with a frustrating morning. Didn't anticipate this to happen at all. Thought it was no way possible we would be up 60 points. We were 69 points away at the 71.10 there, and thought it was no way possible we will hit that today. And obviously, that's not the case. We talked about the market going to 7,100, and and then maybe we'll get some relief. Well, we basically hit 7,100 this morning, maybe about 2 points off it, and we'll see if we jump back up. But definitely a monster type of move, trying to kind of let things settle out for a second. But the expected move is 30, so I just say we can go up another 30 points. That would be about 71.30. Wow, that would be impressive. Or to say we drop 30 points, that would take us to, I just say 60, 66, 70, 65. Um, Definitely not 70, 45 where we're at there. So we might decide to, as we kind of sit here, next time we adjust, we'll decide to go a little bigger and just bet that we're going to blow our brains out to this upside here. So we'll say tops 71.30 today, tops. But keep in mind, you guys, it's a lot of risk in both directions now. The market could easily drop all the way back to red today because it's just blown his mind out. Or we can do something that is unexpected because it feels like I thought the least resistance was the upside for a while, but not anymore. I thought now we would have some type of resistance to the upside now, but obviously not. Every day it's been the risk has been to the upside for the last 12, 13 days. And it feels like it's only getting more challenging to the upside because if you try to go aggressive, you don't know when the market is going to finally say, okay, this is enough. This is insane. This is out of control. And it reverses. And it did that for the first time yesterday for a short period of time. It lost more than 50% of its gains really, really fast. But once again, almost ended at the highs yesterday. So this market it definitely wants to go higher. And so this is a interesting kind of play. Is we haven't hit the highs since the morning. So maybe the market slows down. This is the third time we're going into the 40s for for the first, as I say, 10, 11 minutes of the market. So trying to figure out, do I add more contracts to this put side now as we dropped and get a little bit more premium to be able to move that call side more without adding contracts yet and for the market to kind of settle down and we get a kind of feel for how the market is going. So, but right now we're about 27 points away on the call side and for the closest call that we have, which is not bad. So we're just gonna let it play out. All right. So Hammond, you were talking about rolling out. You were at the 7110. And if you haven't rolled out yet, this is probably a good time to do it.
Yeah,
And
I
um,
did. I rolled it to a 70 T
oh,
because
you went pretty far.
yeah,
Okay.
I had to because so I wasn't at 7110, I was at 7105. So I was a little tighter than you.
Okay.
And what do you call it? And during market hours I didn't get tagged, but I was totally in the money pre-market. And what do you call it? So we just yeah, I think I it costed me like 350 or something to get out of it, and I think I got 350, or a little,
Where
yeah,
where'd
pretty
you go?
close to it.
What strike you go to?
I'm at 71.75,
Okay,
20
awesome,
wide.
awesome. That's actually good. I would anticipate we stop. It's a 50% chance we touch that. I would anticipate we have to stop, or it's only going to reduce the risk to just a create a significant crash because
Yeah,
it's insane to the point now that we the Nasdaq is up 13 straight days. This it hasn't if it ends the day up, it's the longest streak since 2009 and it just hasn't been a small amount, you guys. It's up over 16% off the lows and in that 13-day trading period. So just absolutely phenomenal up move that I was saying yesterday that I have recency bias that I can't remember a move this strong besides maybe during COVID or something, right? And it it tells me it if you go and do a chat GPT, you can see it on CNBC now as well, is that it was actually it was actually almost, what is that? Almost 20 years ago, 17 years ago since we've seen the Nasdaq 100 go up more than, 12 days in a row. Just absolutely phenomenal. This move here. And in the mix of everything, obviously the market is it looked past that and it's now needs to find its new equilibrium and it hasn't found it yet, right? Once we see a pause and we stop going up is this much, then that would be that equilibrium. But it doesn't feel like we have one at this point. And so, but it's so early in the day that we can easily get rocked to the downside here. And so, but what I'm going to do, you guys, is that I'm going to take this opportunity to sell another put on the put side because, um, I just don't think I just have to I have to get some pressure on that put side. I have to get some pressure on the put side because we just haven't had any pressure on that on that put side, right? And so in this example here, um, I'm going to switch this to this account here, and we're going to sell another one um, there. I believe that was the blue account. Let me just double check something here, and then let me just double check something really quickly, you guys. Let me just do something here, and give me 1 second, and and let's do this here, and all right. So we got three on the put side, one on the call side, and we should have we overall a credit today. And so you guys can see that the market is starting to jump back up, and that it gave us a little break. And so that was the reason why I was trying to figure out, how to do this and get this to play the game I wanted to play. And so anyway, we will see here what we need to do. So in this example here, we're gonna sell another one on here too. I think we could have a decent drop here in a second, but um, I'm gonna let that put side play out. Um, anyway, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna be. We just That was the first time we kind of went up and then went down, so that's impressive to me. So I'm going to send this on the put side, and we're gonna try to collect some premium, even though we're kind of falling here. We're gonna try to collect some premium and see what we got. So that can be the sign that we finally get some type of move, because it's too done to the upside. So it's a lot of risk. If you were the type that said, okay, I'm just gonna sit at that 71.10 and kind of just let it play out for a second until it actually touches the 71.10, you might be a little better off. I'm going with the process is that the market just doesn't want to go down. And so if we would have to drop, more than 40 points to be able to even touch this strike here, and that would basically be giving up the whole gains this morning. And we had until the market opened, we had no reversal. It just kept going higher and higher and higher and higher. It went from 14 up when something like that when I woke up to 20 up to 25 up to 30 up, and then just jumped to 40 and then 50 and then 60 and then almost 70 points up at one point, if not 70 points up. So I'm betting that the market is just not going to have a monster reversal, but that to me will take out a lot of people, including myself, because it's just up too much, right? So anyway, anyone else needs Thomas, what you got for me this morning? I see you got your hand raised.
How you doing, sir?
I
If,
am doing okay.
okay. If you had 5 days left on
Hmm.
an SPX trade, and I've been going between 27 delta and 30, I'm at a 71.50.
Hmm.
You'd be more inclined to move now or wait, or do we just keep going up indefinitely? Like I said, it's a post to notice thing. We're only going up until further notice. Don't ask us.
Yeah, yeah. I've obviously been wrong all week, all this week, and maybe all last week, but definitely this week. Not last week, but this week definitely completely wrong. And so if I was looking at the 7DT trade that's now a 5DT trade, it's a 23 delta.
27. I got a 27.
You at a 27 at the 71.50.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch that until a 35. I'm gonna stick with the process with how I would do it. It's 5 days ago. We up a ton. Any drop, let's say Monday, would be you get all your money and you're done with the trade perhaps. You only need a 0.5% drop or something, and everything is all the monies comes in for you. Okay.
Okay.
Um, but if that doesn't work, right? If you do hit a 35, then just do the cadence and go back to at least the tail end and expected move, right? and that should be plenty. I can't imagine, and I know I've been wrong every day this week, 5 days in the week, right?
That's
It,
why
it- that
I
it
sat
just, I
out.
can't imagine us going too much higher than where we're at right this second. Um,
Yeah, I
man, it's
sat out because of this. I sat out the last couple of days. I just put a 7 on, and that's it. I'm just gonna wait for things to settle down a bit. But I was at 31 a couple of minutes ago, and I just wondered what you thought.
Well, it's really just so directional, right? And it's the move has been just, straight vertical. If we look, so that's my thoughts, right? This move has been so directional, you guys. I took off a one delta call side this morning on this bread and butter. I was like, they won't feel me. They won't. And is it possible this thing is going to go up another 600 points in the next 28 days? Well, it's possible, I guess, the way this market is moving. Look at this, you guys. Man, that's
Brian, do you
not
think there's any chance we go back below 7,000
a
like
100%.
soon?
Not not today,
Maybe not
but
in one
Maybe
day.
not
yes,
today,
not
sure.
today, but yes, yes, I do. I think we're
So, Brian,
overdone. We this has been more than a it's been more than a two, probably going on a three standard deviation move over the last three, even more than that over the last 13 trading sessions. So we'll see. We're back up to 60. Every time we get a drop, we get people buying. So that's why I started to sell some more there on the put side there. So we're gonna have to figure out where we stand on these trades. So go ahead. I'm gonna before I yap some more, because I'm gonna probably be having to yap quite a bit today, with these trades. Hammett, I think you're good for now. Did you move only the call side, or did you have to take it all off and reposition it?
No, I put a put side on in the future expiration as well. I got it at 69.30, and I
Okay.
got $1.90 for it, just the put.
All right. So the call side you matched, and then the put side you got $1.90. So
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. So you got a big credit, and you left the put side, or the put side in the front today is basically worth this, correct?
Yeah, it's basically worthless. I'm actually considering rolling it up a bit just to get another 20 cents or something out of it.
So what strike is that on the
I
put
I
side?
I started out at 69.15, and I was thinking of rolling it up to like the 69.90.
So you got a 20 point wide?
Yeah, I got it for 20 point wide.
Okay. And so if you went up to the 69.90, let's see what that would
Just
give us.
still like a 30 delta.
And you how many contracts you had?
Just one, just one.
Okay, good, good. All right. So this I don't know if it's even worth it, right?
Yeah,
You got a really good amount to the side. I don't think you're going down there, but if you want to collect another $20, I guess sometimes every dollar helps, right?
yeah.
Um, and so this is where we're at this point, you guys. And and I think what we're going to do is, play this game the way the game is being played. And so if we if we have to move again, we'll move it 10 points, and it'll look something like this. And that is five contracts that would cost right now about 800 and something. If we decided to kind of add some contracts there, that'd be 300 and something right now. And man, that's pretty expensive. And we would have to pay for that. But if we jump over here and we're gonna break this down. Let me see. I don't see any other hands raised here for a second. But if we go over here and um, if I highlight this here and then I group it, I'm gonna try to group it here. I'm gonna just one DTE here, and if we go here and group this one as well, and we're gonna call it um, um, I see one DTE. and and then we had this here, and we're going to just put one DTE here. And so if we look at this, it's $3,000 to buy this back, $600 to buy that back, $1,100 to buy this back. And so if we go and look and see how much we have in the trade. And so in this one here, if we go to yesterday, that is, and we go to when we put it on here, so it's only 378 in the trade. So 378. And then if we go to this one here and we do the same thing, we put it on at 259 yesterday. That is 226 in the trade. And then if we go to this one here and we go to what we put it on 258 yesterday, I believe. And so we have 851 in the trade. And so that is, you can see that if you just go by the 851, the net lick is basically going, that's the net lick there. And so if you take the 850 divided by, let's just say 3,000 and you minus one, so that's 71%. We need 71% of the current trade just to break even at this point. Can that happen fast? Yeah, but that's a pretty that's a pretty substantial. And so we're gonna have to be in the trade for a bit here. And obviously the call side is is being threatened still. The put side is things are settling down just a tiny bit, but the deltas are 13. This delta's a 29, and so we're gonna have to figure out how aggressive we want to be. And over the last few minutes, I think the lowest we've been down is another 20 points. So if we take 20 from there, to just take it to the 78.80. If we move up one of these to the 70.60 or something like that, that should that could help deal with this kind of trade. So if I go here and let's just say I decide I'm going to move one of these 10 points right now, and let's just go, that would be something like this. And you can see we're going back to the highs just a little bit there. And that's two contracts. It's going to be three something, 379. And let's let's do let's do it like this. And I'm just going to move one of them so I don't have to move all of them at the same time. And you guys can see that the market is definitely jumping up again. And so that costs about 390. And so if I go over here and go over here and I look at this put side, this is 70.45. So 70.45, 70.25. And I believe I have three contracts there. If I bring that up to the 70, and that might be going a little too much, but let's
So
just say
Brian, is it too early to start thinking rolling out to next day?
um I don't necessarily think it's too early. But if I did this right here, you guys, I would get 300 and I get 600 there with two contracts. And so I don't have to bring up both contracts there. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. And so I still got one contract at the other point, and so I just got aggressive, and so now we collected a lot more premium, and so and just betting that maybe this more, I do think we should have a serious possibility to drop back down, but now we got 640 614 in the trade, if that's correct. And so we just reposition. It's not too early to start rolling out. No, because if you roll out, you can probably get really far away right now, right? So let me just show you here. This is the 7120. If you roll this out, let's just say if you decided to roll it out to, I know it's weekend overnight risk, but I just look at Monday and I just say you decided to go to the tail end here and 20 points wide would be here. Um, that is a debit of that's a decent debit there for
Mm-hmm.
for where I'm at, right? But you can potentially get that back on the put side. You can add some contracts to do that, the rollout as we teach. But
Mm-hmm.
if you went to 7 days like Hammett did, I don't know if you're going to be able to get that far still. But let me see, because he probably did it when it was in the 50s there. So anyway, if we did something like this, 20 points wide, that's actually a credit there. They're giving you some decent, I guess they're giving you some decent credit to the upside. That is a credit, and you don't necessarily need a credit because you can add the put side. That's a
Right.
small debit. To go to the 200, that's a small debit. Maybe you don't, you can go and check what you, I'm gonna check something here in a second, but you can go and check and see if it's not going 7 days. What if you can, what happens if you can go 5 days or something? Maybe that works. So let me just see
Mm-hmm.
here. So if you went 5 days, let me see if you can went to the 7160. Or if you win 5 days, you can get a credit there and go to the 7160. I like that strike there. Let's see what if you went to the 7170, that's a small debit. If you went to the 7180, that is $1. You can get that on the put side. So there you go. Anyway, you guys, we're obviously up now 68 points to the upside, and that it's, it's obviously threatening our call side there now. And it feels like they definitely want to um, move us out, get us out of this here. So if we move here and we just move 5 points, that's a 5 contract. I haven't added any contracts yet, but I'm trying to just trying to get this to work. So if we move there 5 points, that's still pretty expensive. And so, but we're just gonna move it 5 points and see if we can get filled as the market just hit its high on the session. So I'm gonna go a little wider. All right, so we just moved that, and then we had 8 contracts down here, I believe. And so, let me just double check that. We're on the calls on the put side, we have 8. So if we get aggressive and we go here like we did with the previous one, that will give us a little less premium than we had, but definitely more than what we just spent. So let's do it. And let's see if we can get filled. We got the all right. And so that's the trade there. And if we go back and see if we got any type of credit for this last adjustment, what was that? We just moved this at this time. I think this was, I think it was this here. I'm not 100% certain. No, that's not that. That's not correct. So maybe it was 90. That's not correct. All right, so that's correct. So it's just about a $16 credit there. That's not great at all. And so there we go, you guys. We have the expected move now at the money here. They just say at this 10 here, the expected move is 27, 28. We are we're only about 15 points away on the call side now, on the closest one. And we've been able to adjust a decent amount. The put side, we're only 40 points away. And if it decides to do some type of decent reversal, obviously that wouldn't be a lot of fun, but that's the nature of the situation at this point. So we have to continue to try to fight this as best we can. And maybe the market will give us a break here and come down. I'm obviously going to have to use some contracts eventually here on the call side to bet that it's not going that high anymore. So if we did something like this and it's 5 contracts and let's say we decided we were going to go to 8 to match the put side, that would just be $100 debit. But that would be what 25 points higher. And so what does that make us? That's make us 105 up today. Do we go that much? Possibly. If I add that, that would give me a little break to get, that would give me a little room to get away. I got to bet that, I guess, to get a little cushion away. Got to bet that. So let's bet that. And so we just bet that and just see how it goes, right? And you guys see we just hit that alert that we were at before. And and if we buy this here and buy this one, That, and if we move that as well to something like this, that was the blue one, I believe. So call side blue, yep, 175. All right. And if we move that and we add a contract, this would be more like doubling if we did that. And so that would give us obviously a credit. We can probably move that one a little further, something like that. Yep. And so let's go to here and let's bet that that works for us. And I'm counting down 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. As wow, you guys, we keep jumping. And so let's see if we go to 35 cents here. There we go. And the on the blue put side, we had the 70/40, 3 contracts. And this is here. And then if we move that up to here as well, that gives us, I think we had 3 contracts. That gives us a decent amount of credit. Let me see, yep. And we just live with that. So let's do it. And let's see if we can get, all right. So we there, and we have something at the 70/45. 70/45. I have 5 contracts at the 745, and I can move that up as well to the 77. So everything up there, and just betting that, okay, we would have to drop, what is that? We would have to drop now, that's 14 points, 30, 44 points to the downside on that put side. So we're going to have to do that as well. And that's the bet at this point, right? And we do that, we put them all here, and we're betting that and we got 5 contracts. All right. And we go here. That's going to give us another 340. And we have to live at that. It's an 18 delta. I mean, we can easily reverse. And so, but you can see it's dropping kind of fast here because we keep going up. The premium is dropping on this trade because, wow, we just keep going up. Wow. All right. So did I do that right? Did I do that? That something is off. Oh, shoot. Something is off. Something is off. Let me see. I got to group this really quickly, you guys. Something is off here on that put side. Do I have some? Yeah, something. I moved I moved something incorrectly. So let's just group this. It's not letting me group. Why is that off? I just added 13 contracts there with a long leg there. Wow. That is brutal. That is brutal. I didn't, there was no way I was doing that. How did that happen? Come on. That is garbage. It put the trade as, let me do a similar order. Let me see. How did I have that similar order? I had that right. You see that? It was buying back that, selling that, and in the right account, the 0 account. I wonder if that's just showing incorrectly and I need to log out. It wouldn't show like that though. Something's off. Ungroup this. Nah, it's there still. Wow. they messed that's messed up. I'm gonna have to contact Tasty on that, I think, but I'm gonna double check and see if it's not the case. I'm gonna log out and see if that's still showing that way. But man, we only got 15 points away from the call side now.
On my tasty stuff, my stuff hasn't been showing right on this thing. I always have to go back to the position page to look at the actual numbers, even when I end up signing out like that.
This is gonna be a fun day, you guys. A
Oh,
fun
Brian, why
day.
don't you just click out of Tasty Trade and go back in? It might correct it. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing first. And give me a second here, you guys. So I'm doing first, and come on. Uh, all right, so hmm. All right, so if I look at this right now, it's still showing that. So it definitely incorporated that incorrectly. And so if I close this, it's gonna give me 13. If I close this, it's going to let me see how many contracts I have on the calls. It's saying 13 there though. That's way too many contracts there. And it didn't give me that much of a credit for that to be 13 there. So anyway, if I keep that there, I can't because I need the credit. And so I can't. Wow, you see what it just did right now? I just sold that again and it just changed everything. So what is that? It has 13 here. Where's the 13 at? It's not showing there now. That's not good. Wow.
O'Brien, take screenshots to document in case you have to go back to Tasty Trade.
Yeah, that is brutal. All right. So it's just not showing correctly, but that's the trade there. And obviously I'm used more contracts than I wanted to. The account size had it, but I didn't want to do that many contracts. So anyway, jumping over here, if we go here and we go to what we put on yesterday, this is today. We have to go into yesterday as well. So we highlight this and we go to what time was it yesterday? We put it on what yesterday is that 16th. So we put it on at 2:58. So we have 1361 in the trade. And it's going for 4,100 right now, or 44. So 1361 divided by, let's say 4,500 minus 1. We need 69% to break even. And since we have 13 contracts, if we decided to move this again, I don't want to go to 13 contracts, but let's just say if we decided to move this again on the call side, we would still have our credit in the trade to move it to the 71.45. And if we added a contract, or not this, we go 5 contracts, we would go to 10. We add 2 more contracts, you go to 10. That would put us at the 60, the 18 and the 15. That would give us some decent odds to be able to win, but we would use what, 1300, we would take, let's say 1600. So we said 1361 minus 600. We would take 71. We have $761 in the trade. If we go to 11 contracts, that would take us down to 400. That would basically put us at a thousand in the trade with 11 contracts. I think I have to live with that, and that would give us if I can get this, for like two, it's jumping all around, but if I can get it for like two something, let me see here, $3, 295, and let's just see how that would work. If I can get it for like 295, that would take us pretty far, and that would put us at, what is that? 71.45 minus the 71.16 is 29 points. So 75 plus 29 is 104 points up today. Wow, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Maybe we adjusted too much already. Let's let it sit for a second. And maybe we adjust again if we go past the 71.25, and then we just match the put side, and we should be able to move it. So let's go with 70, the new high here, greater than 71.25, and that's the trade there. And so we'll see how that goes. Obviously, we keep getting higher. I don't know where the stop is at, but keep in mind the expected move yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone on the call, was the expected move 35 or 36 or 30? It was in the 30s, mid 30s, I believe. So the expected move was 35. That's two times that is 70. So we're at 75 now. And that's on top of being up every day this week. And obviously it's taking out the bears. I mean, we're about to go all-time high with the Dow as well. It's only 400 points away from that 50,000 now. So I'm afraid of the put side now, because if this put side drop, we can decently drop. So hopefully I won't have to move the put side again, so we can give ourselves some cushion for the market to kind of fall back down. And so this is it here. But anyway, does anyone, John, let me come to you. You got your hand raised.
Yes. The 7-day trade is now, that we did at the cohort, is now 5 days, and the call side's at the 33 delta. I was fussing around and thinking maybe moving it to the 7,200, which is an 18 delta, and adding a contract. And it's right now it's like $10 credit for some reason, but I'm sure that's incorrect.
So that can be correct, right? So if you go here to the 7DT trade, let me switch accounts here. 1 second, you guys. And so if we go back over here and we switch accounts, and this is the 5DT. That's the 7DT is now
Correct.
5DT.
Correct.
If you went to the telling and expected move here, and you kept it 10 points wide, you added a contract, that's actually going to give you a credit there, right? And
Right.
so then you move the put side. I mean, you move the call side a little bit more, because you're
Right.
going to move that put side. So that's the 72.05. That's a 15 delta. That's not bad, right? That's not bad. John, I would do that. I don't know how many people on the cohort, but John, when you do that, can you throw it into Discord as well? Because I think it's a good trade. I normally don't adjust into the 35, right? We're at the 32. You can call it semantics now. And so I'm gonna try to wait, but if you did this trade right now, you're gonna easily be able to do that and keep your put probably no higher than a 10 on the put side. and that should win. I think 7160 is going to win, but if you went to the 7195, I think that's going to win. And but that could help. That I mean, that can you can do it for a credit, and then you get even more credit on the put side. So um,
So you think I should do it for a credit rather than a debit or
yeah,
what? Oh,
I think moving at another, what is that, another 35 points? That's pretty impressive. I know I've been wrong, and so you have to decide what you're comfortable with, but I would be comfortable with this 7135. And so I don't know how many people on the cohort that's on the call, but I'm gonna
You
do
mean
this
7195? You just said 71.
7195, yes.
Okay.
7195. You add a
Where's
con
the put? Add a contract. Where's the put?
I haven't touched the put yet, but I'm gonna move that up here in a second. So if I did this, and let's just say I sent it 24. Let me just make sure I put it in the right account. We get, I got a closing order on there. So let's clear that real quick. On the call.
You muted yourself, O'Brien.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that. I muted myself on purpose. My daughter
Sorry.
came to talk to me for a second. So um let's buy that back. We sell this. Did I cancel the working order? Yeah, I did. All right, I'm a little off. So 75 there, add a contract. That's 40 points. And we send that, see if we can get filled, and replace the order. Gonna drop it down to 35. It's probably not gonna fill us at 35 either. I'm gonna drop it down to 30, and it should fill us at 30. They just changed it. Maybe someone else, they just
Yeah,
changed that a little bit, which
it
is
just got filled at
interesting.
30. Yeah.
30, yeah. And then that was a $21 credit. And so now if we go to the put side, we move this up. Let's just say we moved it up to a 10. I'm gonna go to this 10 here, and we do 10 point wide, and we add a contract there.
Hey, hey.
That's
Hey, how's it
110.
going?
So trying to get 110. Let me put someone on mute.
Realize I have this meeting with
All right, you guys try to stay on mute until you have a question. And so I'm going to try to get filled there. If not, I'm going to go a little higher because I want to make sure I keep $200 in the trade. If we get filled here, we'll still have 200 in the trade. So I'm going to give it just a second. It's probably not going to get filled. It's already, premium is already coming out of it. That's crazy. It's jumping all around. But anyway, I'm going to cancel that for a second. I'm going to go back and do it again. I'm going to move it up a little bit higher. So we said the 10 delta, I'm going to move it up to the 12 delta here. And I add a contract, and that should give it to us. I'm going to put it in at 125, and I'm going to send that. Nope. Then I fill in this on that side right now. So 120. Wow. Let me sit there. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Man, that's brutal. All right, so got it at 115. And so I'm going to throw this in Discord I'm going to throw it in the cohort one really quickly. And my writing too is not working. All right, so forget it. It's not working for some particular reason. This is brutal today. Just brutal. But we're gonna make it through it. We still got the odds on our side. I'm not thinking about losing at this point, you guys. And so we'll let it play out. And
Thanks,
then
O'Brien.
you're welcome. Let me go over here really quickly. We seven and say this at everyone. This is the adjustment we just completed. Jump on the trading floor call.
So I
If
ended up
you
with
need
133
help.
after fees.
At the fees, that's what
After
you got.
fees,
Okay, that's what you
133.
got.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So if we do the same thing here, I got 128 after fees. So not bad, right? And if we go back to what we did yesterday, oh man, that's actually something's off there. That's back to the day, and then yesterday, that's the 17th. It's still showing the 17th. It's not showing the day for some particular reason.
Today's 17th. We put it on the 15th, didn't we? Or what the? Yeah.
All right, so if we do that, so we got 251 in the trade. That works, right? We want to try to keep at least 100 in each contract. So there we go. What do you have total in the trade now?
261.
261. Okay, perfect. So even better. All right, so this is the trade here. We're gonna highlight it and 7 DTE. It's all right. So wow, we just hit another high on the day. What is that? The high is 71.55, and for the 71.18 is the high. We're close to that. So we'll see. And
So
let me
Brian,
just, yes, sir.
I was able to so I had a 1DT on. I had to adjust 7 times this morning.
Hmm.
But then I rolled it out I decided to just go ahead and roll it out to Monday.
Hmm.
And I have 549 in the trade with 4 contracts, 10 delta on the call side and 15 on the put side. So I feel pretty good about that.
Oh, that's a good adjustment. That's an excellent adjustment.
Yeah,
So
I had to do 7 times though, this morning, but
you adjusted 7 times this morning. What was your call side this morning?
uh what was it at?
Yeah.
It was at when I started, let's see. So when I put sorry, uh, when I put the 1DT on,
Hmm.
I had 7140 69 6. Wait, what was that
Now
now?
you wasn't at the 71.40 when you
Oh,
put it
hold on a
on.
minute. No. I was at the 71. Yeah, I was at no,
Nah.
7120. 7120.
Okay. All right. That
7120. Yeah, I was at 7120
and you
on the
had to
call.
adjust 7 times when you was at the 71.20. That's
I
not bad.
did.
I was at the 71.10 when we started, I believe.
I did, but I did a lot of those adjustments were moving away. Did I move away on the put side at all? I think I rolled up on the put side, but I
Hmm.
did the adding of the contract on the non-tested side
Hmm.
through those adjustments. So I started out at 2 contracts, built up to 4. Um, yeah. Yeah, I adjusted maybe a little bit too much, but I mean, seems like I had to, right?
Well, yeah, it appears that the case. I mean, if we look at the market now, we're about to hit the highs again. Every
Hmm.
time we dip, we go back up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it feels like we're going to be up 100 points. It just doesn't make much sense. That's the case. I think we should stop, but we should stop um around here, maybe another 5 points up. But that is obviously not been the case to this point. So, and the put side is even further away now. So what is that? 30, that's 40, 47 points away on the put side with the expected move being 24. So if we can move the call side now without having to move the put side again, that will obviously benefit us quite a bit, because then we got less of a chance of the reversal hitting us if we have some type of reversal. It's early, it's an hour into the market, and we are nothing but up for the most part. We did have a small little pullback in the beginning, but that feels like about 45 minutes ago. And I think we just hit a new high. Once we hit the 71.19, that's a fact. We hit a new high. And so when do we stop going down? I don't know.
Hey, O'Brien.
Yes,
Sorry to
sir.
disturb. Sorry, I got caught in a meeting. I came in, I guess I'm late, and I was at the 71.10. I am hearing a lot of people talking about rolling it out. You think that is a better option if I have not adjusted it so far? I think I'm in the money.
So how much are you down right now? You in the
Uh,
money? Wow, it's a bad day to be in a
yeah, I know.
meeting. Yeah. How much are you down right now to buy it back? $10?
Buyback meaning
Yeah, buyback is going to be $10 right
yeah,
now. So
exactly.
it's
985.
50%.
Yes.
So yeah, it's time to try to roll it out. And so if you're at here, if you try to roll it out, man, bad timing. So
Yeah,
if
I
you roll it
just
out,
got caught in a meeting and I could not get out.
yeah. So let's just say you roll it out 5 days, and let's see where you can go. The 71.60, 71.80, that's 350. You can probably get that on the put side. You haven't added any contract yet. So if you roll out and you add a contract, that would actually give you a credit, move it even further. Let's just see. Um, that is still be a credit, move it to the 71.80. That will be a small debit. I would do that because you can get this on the put side. I'd probably even move it to the 71.85 and do that now.
71.85, and for me to roll out, you just sell the call side and then do that buy on the 5 day,
For you
right?
to roll out, depending on because you have enough in your account, you can just roll the call side right now as one trade,
Uh,
and then you can add the put side.
Put
You
side would
understand?
be, how far is it put side on this? Do you think it's like on
Well,
5 days?
you want to make sure you cover the debit that it's going to cost. Man, we just
Okay.
jumped up
Again,
again to the 120. Wow, 71.20. So I said about 5 points earlier, you would think that would be the end, but we keep hitting new highs. Wow. Wow. I don't know when it's going to stop, so it's brutal. All right. So the you roll what I said, um, and maybe you might have to go to the one. It's going to be a debit of about 175, and and then you try to get that on the put side by adding the put side to maybe the 10 delta, you be able to get it. Maybe you have to go to the the 12 or something like that. Okay.
okay, all right. I'll let me try that, and I'll
Okay.
get.
Yeah. Please let me know if you need some assistance. All
Thanks.
right. So we just jumped up again, you guys, and it's I don't you would think that you would think we'd be done going up, but it's it's not done. Wow. It's gonna be 100 points. So we got to move this call site now because we just hit the 125 alert, and we got to move this call site now. And this so that call site is at the 7130, and that is the 7130 is this one here. So and then this one's a 7140. All right. So they want to play hardball, huh? Let's play hardball then. All right. The joy. You guys, this is a lot of fun. All right. So they want to play hardball, so let's play hardball. Let's make this work. All right. So if we go here and let's just say we moved to, you would think we moved here. That's two contracts. If we doubled our contracts, we went to 115, that would be there. If we doubled, that would actually give us a big credit. If we move down 15 more points, we can do that for a small credit to the 145. So we're gonna try to get filled. It's not gonna give it to us. Bummer. Give it to us. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. That's a big move, you guys. And just not giving it to us. As the markets just drop back down a little bit. We could go to that bigger move and let me just try to go with a debit here. And that'll give me a chance to get out of this bad boy perhaps. All right, and then what we're gonna do is I think we have two on that 70-70. Yep. And so we're gonna play the game that they're playing with us. And we're gonna get some more monies back here. Why is that adding buying power? That shouldn't be adding buying power. Let me just make sure. Oh, I got two more somewhere else that I didn't realize. The 70-70. I mean, it's down here, the 70-40, 70, 70-70, 70-50. And actually, excuse me, down here, 70 right here. You're not gonna be able to see it because, oh, there we go. My 2 is working again. 70-45, 70-25. And so let's buy that back. And let's move this here. It's not gonna be as much credit now. It's gonna be about $80, but that's still a win. Let's drop it down to 35 cents. All right, so if we go there and we go here and we go to, what was it, yesterday? Let's go to yesterday here. And we highlight this and go to yesterday. What time is yesterday? 60, 16. What time we put this on? I don't know why that's saying that. Let me do this here. Got some other stuff there. So we had to do this. And then we go to yesterday and we put this on yesterday at 304. So we got 604, 648 in the trade with 4 contracts. So that's the trade there. I don't know what this is. This is some other puts. Do we have more puts on? This Tasty Trade has been jacking us up. There's no way I made these type of mistakes. We got another 3 puts at the bottom here. Crazy. You can see here down at 70-45, 70-25, another 3 puts. If we buy that back and we move them all here, and that'll give us another 120. You can see that it's giving me a credit, so that's true. Man, that's crazy. They playing hardball, so we have to play hardball. All right, so all right. They're playing hard, so we have to play hard, and so that gives us more credit. But we have more contracts than we realize. We have 7. And if we go to the trade that we did yesterday again, you can see that we have 738 in the trade now. And now the trade is back to where we need to be. And hopefully we don't have to move it again. But if we do, we can move that call side again a decent amount. So they're gonna have to do a little bit more than this to beat us on this one. All right, so they're gonna have to stick us a little harder because this is not going to be, we're not gonna go down without a fight here. All right, so I'm gonna go back. So I'm putting this I'm trying to focus on this in individual accounts so that I don't have to, I won't make a mistake, hopefully. All right, so this is 8 contracts there. We have 13 on the put side. It's about to go in the money there. So this is brutal, you guys. This is absolutely brutal. So we don't have a 65, as you guys can see. We don't have a 65. So if we move 40 points, this would be the trade here. It's 8 contracts now. That's $900 of the account. If we did this, we don't have a 65. So if we went to the contracts that we had on the put side, that's 13. That would be a small debit, but that's moving at 10 points. If we went there and moved it 5 points, that would be $500 debit. Man, that's a lot of contracts and still a lot to go. They're saying we don't have enough in the account to do that. That's not correct. It can't be correct. We have to move it though. I don't want to do 13 contracts here. Man, that's brutal. That's what, another 15 points. We're gonna have to do it for a credit. So we're gonna have to do it like this to try to get not a credit. See how it still left a trade there? This is not working correctly.
Did you try changing the strike direction up and down? And that's what I've been doing to fix that.
Nah, it's not. It's not working. It's not. They keep giving me. They keep adding contracts to my trade. So what I just did right here is I bought 7 back and sold 13. So how's that possible that it keeps going up? All right. So anyway,
It's good that you have it recorded, so if you have to send it in.
yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to do that. So this is pretty amazing. So we need to move the call sign more. But this is brutal.
They say they're rewriting this application, but we need it now, not not a few months.
All right, so the put side has 13 contracts. They're killing me here, killing me, and I don't want to move that. I don't want to move that put side up again, but you guys, that they are really coming to get us today. We're up 89 points.
Oh, it's because the straight up removes open. That's why.
But that's true. But we're up 13 days in a row. Didn't we already factor that in already? And so it's just killing killing us to the upside. And I don't want to move this put side again, but it's forcing you to move the put side again. And because you have to collect more if you're gonna have to move that call sign again. So, and right there, we had 13 contracts on the put side. If we do that, that will move it up to there, to the 70, and that's what you got to do it that way, and hopefully they won't jack me up here. All right, so we're gonna move this put side up again. I don't want to, but it makes sense to do it.
That was a head
And
fake. Iran
so they,
says the strait's open, but Trump said the blockade is still in full force.
Yeah, I saw that. I wonder if how much that
Yeah, the oil is down $10. It's like around $80 now.
all right, so you would think one of these moves will eventually cause this market to stop going up. I mean, would force it to go down. So we need to figure out how much we have in the trade now. So we go to yesterday and we come back. We go to yesterday. What is that? The 16th. We did it at where's the 16th at? 16th at the end of the day, 258. So we have $2,500 in the trade. Maybe that's not right. 1762 in the trade with 14 contracts. We should have 13, but obviously this market is treating us crazy. So we're going to go up 100 points. It's just that's a fact at this point now. It's going to go to that sexy number. So that's another 80. That's another 8 points up. That's 71.40. Maybe we stop there. And so you can see the strikes. The market just didn't anticipate us going up this much. So if we did this, we got 13 contracts. 14 contracts here, which we shouldn't have. We have to make this move. It's small enough to do at this point. And trying to get filled there. All right. So that cost us a little bit, but we moved the trade a little bit more. And we could add the put side. We could add one to this put side and collect some more premium there. Another $145. It's not a ton, but that's what we could do. And if we go here and look at the history now, I would bet we said 17 something. We use about 5. We have 1,200 in the trade now, give or take. I just double check and see exactly what that is. And so yesterday, 240, 249. I can't see this well for some particular reason. All right. So looking for 249. I keep going past it. There, 248, excuse me. This is it here. So yeah, so we got about 12, just under 1,300, 1,274 in the trade. And we're at the 71.50, you guys. We started at the 71.10, and that was probably a 7 delta, something like that, if that, yesterday. And we've moved it 40 points and still have problems. So we got to kind of let it play out, but I think we obviously going higher, and we can reverse now. We're only about 40 points to the downside now. Expected move is 23. We had no pressure to the put side, so it would have obviously. I thought I was aggressive on that put side the first time. It would have been more aggressive to go to a 30 delta originally. Just didn't think we would keep going up like this. This is insane. But anyway, let me check these
There's
other.
a news that came out. Don't know what it is.
Something else new came out.
I just
All right,
Googled
so
or did ChatGPT, and they say the pattern day trade rules have been revised significantly. The
yeah, but
25,000.
that's not in effect yet. So, but it will be. But that's a positive. That came out yesterday. People knew that yesterday.
News.
Tweeted on or Truth Social, whatever the verb is for that Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again.
They
never said they would close. They just said they got to be paid.
Who tweeted that? Sorry, who tweeted that?
That was Trump. I'm looking in the newsfeed channel.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't have it up on Truth. I'm not on Truth Social, but
Yeah, okay. So that's what he said. Okay. We
yeah.
need to make sure
He
somebody else.
told
knows.
News Nation that Iran agreed to everything. So
Well, we need to
that may
hear.
be some of like today's sentiment.
Yeah, probably need to hear the other side saying they agreed. But that's well, thank you. That's good to know.
Hey, Brian, is there a 911 room today or is it just this one? I just need some help there. Hey, Brian.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about something here. All right. So I just wanted to see, they made me adjust that again. I just want to check and I can help you here. It is a 911 room, but let me help you here because that's probably packed. And so what do we got? 669 in the trade. Wow, man, this is crazy. All right. So 669 in the trade. And let me just see how much more do we go up today? Let me just check one more thing, you guys. That's unfortunately we don't have a there. And if we go three, excuse me, let me just do this correctly. All right, so I'm gonna come to you right this second. Just let me just do this real quick. So 4 contracts, do this. If we go to 7 there, all right, that's 120. And that moves us a little bit further on the call side. I don't want to do it for a debit, but the market is forcing me to consider a debit. So let's see. Let's see if I went to the 6160 and we're running out of space to be able to run. Man, that's going for a lot there. That's going for a lot. Let me go for 40 cents here. Come on. Man, you're not giving it to me. 50 cents here. Nope, trying to move it another 10 points, you guys. And it's obviously not filling. All right, so there we go. All right, so we are at the 6160 now. That is about 24 points away on the call side, and we got a 24-point expected move. We're gonna have to live with that. All right, so who was that needed help?
Hey,
Who is that?
Prashant here.
Prashant, okay, share. You want to share your screen or how you want to do
Yeah,
it?
let me join from another machine and I'll share my screen.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready. All right, so guys, so man, this is a lot
Brian,
of
you have to
fun.
add more contracts.
Huh?
You have to
What was
add
that?
a few more contracts, O'Brien. From
I,
4, you went to
I
7.
I can't hear you well. Say it again.
You have to add more contracts to move it up.
Yeah, I had to add more contracts to match the put side.
Yeah.
So, but some of these contracts was been added because Tasty Trade forced me to add it. It wasn't
Oh.
because I was wanting to add it. So in this example here, if I go here and I move it to the 150 here, that's the last one there that's kind of sitting there. If I add a contract, I had to take it to 40. So let's do it. We don't have a lot of.
Whenever you're ready.
You're ready now. All
Yeah.
right. 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna do this real quick, and then just let this market. Now that the toughest thing is gonna be if the market drops too much now. Right. All right. So let me see. Did you share your screen? I got
Not yet.
no, share it out because I was still showing mine there. So go ahead.
Yeah, let me know when you can see mine.
All right, we can see it.
Okay, so here's
So
the
you
bad.
haven't adjusted yet?
No, I have like just been trying to roll it out and it's like not giving me the credit that I or the not able to make up that.
All right. So you went from it being $10 to 14 now. That you can't do that, Prashant. You have to get it filled as you were seeing me do. But with that said, go to the go to 5 days.
Okay. As soon as I share the machine just becomes slow. Sorry.
Now go to
Yeah.
7180.
Okay, 7180. And it's so slow. Okay.
All right. Now add a contract to the no to the new trade, just to the new
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just taking a little while longer.
Okay.
So
No
yeah.
worries. Take your time. But add you have two contracts in the front month as well. You have to do it only with the back month.
Okay. Yeah. So for it to go, I'll just go into the.
You should have unhighlighted the fifth day too. But that's fine. You can just take it all back to one.
Oh, okay. So
Highlight that, and take it back to one. You're gonna if this keeps going up, you're gonna lose even more money.
yeah. So 1 second. This is like just reacting slow. Okay. This is one.
Now unhighlight, unhighlight everything.
Okay.
All right, no. Something's still off. You still got
Yeah.
two on the 0 day.
Yeah. Might have
Prashant,
to.
maybe you have to stop your screen share if you can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just not letting me. It's just slow down the machine.
Just hit clear and start all over.
Okay, man. It's like just the Zoom share is just is okay. So I just did it again, and the
All right, and
20.
don't click anything till I say so because we
Okay.
can't. You're going 5 days. Yes, go sell the 7180 and buy the 7200. Now highlight the 7180 and highlight the 7200
Okay. Yeah.
and add a contract.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's a debit of 155. Can you hit review one time? I just want to see what that debit looks like. I know it's 160, but I just want to see. All right. So, oh man. All right. So it's gonna work, but you have to hit edit, and then you have to go take off your put in the front month.
Okay. All right. Let me first. So I do it. I should clear this, right?
You have to, unfortunately.
Yeah. So that's fine. At least the market is at least still helping me so far. So sorry. Okay. 117. Okay. So byte.
Yeah, yes, close it. Yeah, close it. They ain't gonna let you get out of that easy at 5 cents. So wait. Jesus Christ.
What happened?
Go back to the trade.
It took the put side off.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
I thought you was adding it because it
no,
looked
no,
like
no.
you were adding it there the way you
No,
were
the
taking it.
lag in
Oh,
the
okay. There we
there is
go. There we
causing
go.
the
Thank
issue.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry for all the people who don't like to use, God's name in vain. I'm I have to stop doing that when I get frustrated. All right, so um, let's buy that back now.
okay, I clicked it, but it's taking a bit longer. So sorry. Yeah. Okay.
All right, once it responds,
Yeah.
go to your 5 day.
Okay.
And then go to the 7180 now we're getting a tiny bit of a drop.
Yes.
If they drop too much, they're gonna hurt my put side, but we're gonna have to let it do that.
Okay. So this is at 7180.
So highlight the 7180 and the 7200. Add one contract.
Okay.
All right, and so that's going to be about 160. So what I want you to do is move. What I want you to do is drag it to the 7190, and then drag that other one to the 7210, and let's live with that. Okay.
Okay. The market is still dropped again, so it's
Go to 7185. See if that'll help.
240.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. 38. Okay.
And let's get filled. You got to get filled. You can't let it just sit there. You got to get filled before this market jumps back up.
So it's about 260 now.
So go to 250. See if 255. Try that.
Sorry, it's just clicking. Okay.
All right, that filled, right? All right, so now you need to roll up your put side.
Side, right? Yes, on the 22nd.
Well, you don't have to roll it up. You have to add it.
Add it, yes.
Yes. And so you're going to add two contracts. And so let's go to the 15 delta and see how much that gives you first. Okay.
Okay, 15 delta. 6880. Come on. Okay, so highlight and two contracts or 160.
Yeah, you don't wait, unhighlight. You don't have to highlight when you just adding one side. And just add an unhighlight and then just add a contract. Don't highlight. Don't highlight. Just add a contract. You don't have to do it when you're just doing one side. Okay, so that's 320. That's 7,000. That's 131 points down. You needed it cost you about what, 260 after fees and commissions?
Yeah, earlier it was 260. Yes.
Yeah, so I think we need to stay here. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'll go with the two contracts on this side. Okay. So 313 credit.
Yeah. If you can get filled there, it's probably going to be a little less than that.
Shall I adjust it to 155 or?
Yeah. So adjust it to 155. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to have to go to 150.
Yeah, I think I got
it. Filled. Okay, perfect. All right. So you can check your credit now. You should have at least $200 in the trade or something close to that, because we just got a decent amount. So,
I'll check that.
Let me check that. I mean, stop you from sharing because it's holding your thing down.
Yeah,
and then you guys can see my screen again. Let me just double check that. Yeah, you guys can. All right. So, sorry about that, Prashant. I wish you would have adjusted sooner, because you could have got even further away, right? But it's, better late than never, right?
No, at least it did help on the pricing, because the market just came down a bit. So at least it was okay.
Yeah, it did help it came down a little bit, but 10, and let's say you had to move it at 12. It's still a decent difference, but hey, that happens. This is experience, and we'll see, you guys. But we haven't had, every time we had a little dip, we go back to a new high. So this is the situation now. I would have loved to been able to keep that put side down at that. I think we were at the the 770 or something like that. It would have been great to be able to keep it there because then any type of move that we can have to the downside would significantly help. But this is one of the trades, which is, what is that? That is that is in this trade here. If we go once again, I think we have, I'm gonna put some good to cancels now. And so if we go here, if we go here, we have 590 in the trade. And so what we're gonna try to do is get out of the trade at 590. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna put in 65%, and we're going to put it at there. And if we go that would give us, that'll get us out of the trade. And we're just going to see if that plays out or not. Obviously, we might have to adjust again. And then the next one we're going to do, I'm just going to fix this, and then I'm going to go and put the good to cancels, and then we will move on, you guys. And once I put the good to cancels, we should be good. And so if I go back over here, and this one here is, if I hit refresh and then to yesterday, go back to when I originally put it on, 304. Even my computer is lagging a little now. That's interesting. So, man, is that correct? It's only 485 in the trade. Man, 485. How many contracts we got? We have 7 contracts, and it's only 485 in the trade. So that doesn't help. So if we go over here and we put 70, we're gonna have to put like 80% there. And it's still not gonna work. So it's gonna be a battle to get this one to come where we want it to be. And I said what, 470 in the trade, 484. So 484, that would be here. And we're gonna put that. And then if we go, we're gonna have to get some more credits here in a second. But we moved that call side on purpose, betting that we wouldn't have to move it again at the 7160. I think that should be safe, but we'll see if that put side is safe now. Maybe we won't have to adjust again, you guys, with that, but we'll see. We'll do the calculations here in a second. But we're gonna go to this last one here, and this one's the bigger one because they forced us to put some more contracts, I believe. And so now that's at the 7150. And so that we got one that's at 7160, and then I think we have 2 at the 7150. And then if we go here, I think we have a decent amount of credit in this one, maybe about a 1200 still, but let's just see. So if we go there, that is, I think it's 258. We put it on yesterday. Yep. So just under 1300 at 1274. So if we go and look at that, that is obviously going for quite a bit right now. The call side is a lot less contracts. I mean, one less contract, and the put side is 14. So we're going to see if we can get filled there. And then we're going to have 14 on both. And so that was about 140. We had 274 plus, let's just say 140. It's about 1400 in the trade. So if we put the good to cancel, I'm going to put this at 70%. So see what that looks like. And that's not going to be enough still. We're going to have to go all the way down to, about $1 left. Something like that. Actually, a little bit less than that, 95 cents. That would do it. If we go here, $1, that wouldn't do it. So 95 cents. And that's gonna be a long time. We're gonna be in this trade for at least the next two hours. Maybe less 3 hours, but it depend on how the market kind of settles down at this point. And if it settles down, we'll see how it goes. But we might have to do some editing on this video to talk to Tasty Trade because no way this should have been as bad as it is, as bad as this has played out to be. But anyway, it's a monster move to the upside. All right, you guys. So I'm going to put some alerts, and then so you can see the closest one we have is a 77.50. We're gonna have to let that. We're gonna have to let that go. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let that go to probably 77, 71.45, something like that. We're gonna have to let it go. So 100 points up would be what, 13 points from now. So that'd be about 71.43. So we're gonna have to let it go to 71.45.
Looks like it will close about 7,100 today.
It's hard for me to hear you, Ratna, say that
Oh,
again.
sorry. I think it's
No
going
worries.
to close above 7,100, but can't say
7,100. You think
Yeah,
it'll drop?
It's a triple witching, right? So who knows what games they try to play before the market close. Also, the JPM collar is way below where the market is right now. But again, that doesn't mean anything when the momentum is there.
So you think we're going to give up about 29 points then?
And maybe 71.10, somewhere like that, O'Brien, because that's one place where it stayed for a long time before it made its move up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But what will be challenging for us, you guys, is that the market has to, if it drops back down, if it goes back down, then we'd have to do the seesaw effect and roll the calls back down. And to me, that would be the smart thing for the market to do now, is if you want to take out more people, at least the zero DTE people, you reverse this again and you take out, like Ratna is saying, if you take out 30 points out of this trade, that would be at least to the way I had to adjust it, take a lot of pressure. I mean, put a lot of pain on that trade. You had to adjust it this way, because I was trying to give it a little bit more room on the call side. So the high was the 71.36. And so if we would have stayed at the 40, that would have been very, very close, right? Almost 3 points. You can say that's 71.37. It felt like it was obviously going up more then. Could have moved it to the 71.45, but that's still in threatened range. The 71.50 seems to be the safest for so far today for this call side. And so we never technically went to 100 points up, I don't think, right? So that was another 10 points. So yeah, we were at 95, 96 points up, something like that, tops that I saw with the SPX, I guess, right? So that 100 points up will be another 15 points. So to take us about 71.40.
Can't believe 71.50 is 24 delta, O'Brien. Gosh.
Yeah, 71.50 is 24 delta. Because the market makers they're having to, everyone that's buying, they have to sell there.
Yeah.
And so they to help themselves, they take the premium out of the put side, make you have to come all the way up. So if we do have a reversal, then they start to make money because you were selling and they were buying those puts, right?
Yeah.
And so if we go back down, they start making money as we drop back down. And
I think there was a lot of shots in the market. That's why it moved up even more.
It's hard to believe that it's still a lot of shorts in the market after all these days up and after being up again yesterday. And yesterday was the I guess the weakest day of the week, I think, public
O'Brien,
wise.
I still can't believe you had 69.10, 69.30 only a couple of days ago. And we're 200 points higher from that point of time. Remember the 14 contracts that you had to kill and take a hit?
Yeah, I do.
That was 200 points away.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yes.
At this point of time, there's no point in putting a hedge, right? I mean, there's nothing you can do when you have that many contracts other than hope the market closes in the middle.
Yeah, what are the thing? The thing you have to hope that the market just settles down to the point where it stays something like this, right?
Yeah.
No, it goes no closer than 10 points to your short legs on either side going forward. And then it's just the premium just comes out, right? That's what I can hope for. But what the rules that I have, you guys, is that I have to go into the put side, into the witching hour no higher than a 10 delta on both sides. And I can't stay in the trade any longer than 15 minutes to the close. So it's going to have to happen. I'm going to have to be able to get to break even by then or something close to break even by then. But because of how the market is moved, they got a decent chance to win at this point, right? The market again to beat me again for the second time this week. And if we look at the deltas here, you guys, it's a 21 and a 22. So you add those up, that's 43.
Chance, yeah.
And if I times that and say probability of touch, right? Probability of touch is 86. And I always say probability of touch is probably have to adjust. Again, we have an 86% chance we're going to have to adjust this trade again, either on the put side or the call side.
Oh, Brian, how did you calculate that?
So what I did is I just did the probability of touch right here
26
and
18.
here. It was a little higher a second ago. We just jumped back up, as you guys can tell. And so
54.
if you add those up, right? If you take the 18 plus the 26, that's 44. You times it by 2, that's 88. It's an 88% chance we're gonna touch. I consider that the same as adjusting, right? Because usually we're gonna adjust a little before then, right? A little before touch. So this is how I consider that. It's most likely I'm gonna have to adjust this trade again on at least this leg here on the 7150 but if you look at this one that I have 7 contracts at the 7160, that's a 17 delta and an 18. So that's a little better, right? So you got 17 plus 18, that's 35. It's still a 70% chance I'm going to have to adjust. It's better than 88, but it's still more likely than not I'm going to have to adjust again.
I'm hoping
but it
it
doesn't
stays
mean
where it is.
it's not 100%. So it doesn't mean that's going to be the case. Go ahead right now.
No, I have to watch mine carefully as well.
Where you're at right now?
I'm rolled it up. I'm at 7170 on the call side, on the put side at 7060.
So I think you guys, my next adjustment might be to roll out as well. And so I just say for this 14 contracts that we have here, if we did this and we rolled out to, let's just say, I know a number of people were going to 5 days. Let's say I go the 3 days, and I'm just picking this out of the hat here, and we at the 7150. Let's just say we went to the 7175, just betting, okay, finally we have a down day on Monday. I doubt it, but if we did this, that's right now, that's a big credit, right? That's a $900 credit if I did that.
Also, it gives the market time to digest the move and hopefully be flat.
Yeah, and if I did that, I went to the 7180, that's 60 points higher. That gives me a credit. That's not even including the put side, but I would have to keep that put side there. So what I'm going to try to do is right now, if I did this, it would obviously the call side would work, right? That would be the 7180 would be $200 credit if I kept kind of moving it that way. And then on the put side, if I decided that I just wanted to take the put side off as well right now and just roll that out, that that right now is going for $2. So if we do the contracts and then we roll this out to 3 days as well, and this time we put this at, let's say, a 10 delta, and we do a 20-point wide, and you can see that that is giving me a debit, a decent debit. Let me see why that's the case. I know we're at a higher delta right now. So right now we're at a 18. The market just dropped back down a little bit. It's the biggest drop we've had in a second here. So that's the 18, the 70. This is going for 460. So let's just look for, on the put side, something for 5 something. So let's just go here. Let's say a 12 delta, 20 points wide there. That's still showing a debit. That's interesting. It's because
Maybe give
it's
some
because
more
this
time,
put side. It's because this put side is so much more expensive, this long leg, than the long leg in the front month. Let me show you guys that. It's 0 days, 0 days to go. The market is not anticipating, or it's jumping back to here yet. So this is a lot less. This is not in 3 days. This is going for $4, right? This is still this is basically the same, but this is going for so much more. So in this example here, we would have to, if we were to move that call side that far, excuse me, I went to the wrong day. We got to go to the 3 day. If we would move that call side that far, we would have to move the put side probably to, let's see if this 15 would work. So that's closer, but I wouldn't want to have a debit. So the 17. So that could work if I just wanted to get a $200 credit. And if put side would be at a 17, the call side, I think we said the 71.80, so it'd be 18 and a 17. Better distance for the market to move, but not great, right? But if you're anticipating it to drop, I just don't. I have to let the market force the put side. We haven't been challenged on the put side all week, right? And so it's you have to get more aggressive on the call side. So I mean on the put side. So what I'm going to try to do is let this play out, and if it works long enough, if it takes too long for the market to get near this 71.50, this will become a lot cheaper, and I'll still be able to roll out and get really far away from Monday on that call side. But I need this put to kind of die down some. So it's not great to move it now because I'm improving the odds, but not enough for me to move it yet, I don't think.
Hey,
So,
Brian.
yes.
So remember, I had a bread and butter trade in
Mhm.
the US, and we moved it out. We moved the call side out like a month and kept the
Mhm.
put side there.
Mhm.
Would you have done this? Would you do the same thing if the put side was like at a 3 delta? Would you keep the put side there and play it on, today, and then just move the call side out 3 days? You follow me?
Yeah. So you said move the call side out 3 days? I thought we already moved the call side.
No. I'm saying, okay, did you move the call side? Fine.
No, I
I'm
haven't.
saying, I'm saying, I'm talking
You
about
telling me
you.
to do the same thing that I was. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but
Yeah.
in this case, it's the same concept, but on a short-term trade. So in other words, move the call side out to 3 days and then leave the put side to today and just play that out and maybe make money on the put side. And so
I
have them
still think if we
split
leave it,
expiration.
I still think
Yeah,
if we leave
I
it,
like
it's
that
better.
idea, but the put side still has risk, right?
Yeah,
So
no. I'm saying if the put side was at like a 3 delta, not
yes. I'm 100% will do something like that. It can be a little higher than a 3, perhaps.
Yeah.
I just need the premium to come out of this more. And then yeah, I'll leave that and move the call side and then reestablish the put side to try to get as much as I can with this. But absolutely, I would do that if the market is going to allow me to do it, right? But this right here, you guys, is pretty interesting. So let me show something here, and I'm just gonna group this stuff really quickly. And we got the group here, and let's group it. And then we're gonna group this one. And all right, so if we look at this here, you can see that the market's kind of settled down a little bit. And so the new adjusted trades are starting to make some money back. This iron condor here, 7150 is it's still the deltas are not great, right? But this one right here has the best deltas, this yellow one, and that is 16 and 18. All of them have an 18 on the put side because I put the put on the same thing. And so it would be nice to if I go directional, but every time I go directional, you guys recently, or not every time, but it feels like that recently, is that if I said, okay, I think it's going to drop, then it's going to shoot up. And so the on Monday, I thought, I took off the put side. Right when I took out the put side, the call side jumped up, and we haven't been down really since. We had a a little drop yesterday, about 30 points or so, and not down. I'm saying off the highs, and then we went back up, and so this is this has been a monster bull move, and it has to do something pretty extraordinary, I usually say, to beat me on these short-term trades with the adjusting. And it has done something extraordinary. I mean, it's no one could have told me yesterday that we were going to be up 90 points today with the expected move at tops. And someone correct me if I'm wrong once again. The expected move yesterday was 35.
Yeah, 35,
Yeah,
36.
yeah, O'Brien, but is it because Iran opened up the strait this morning, everything's fine now? I mean, that's the news, right?
Yeah, that's the news, but you still can't tell me. If you told me that yesterday, right?
Right,
If you told me that yesterday, based on how many days we've been up in a row and how strong the move has been, if you said,
right,
okay, Iran is going to come out and say the Strait of Hormuz is open, right?
right,
They're not going to try to attack anybody or anything like that, right?
right.
Well, I would have still said this market is not going to be up 90 points today,
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
Because I'm factoring in everything that's already happened, right?